Hi, my friends. Welcome to another video in the month of love. And we've already passed Valentine's Day, which is a one day in February that we kind of celebrate love of our family, of our spouse, of our partner, of our friends, of our children, our pets. And we often forget about ourselves. And in today's video, I'm going to touch on a couple topics here that I think are really important going into this new year, 2024. So there's three things we're going to talk about today: how to be more confident, how to live a more passionate life, and how to let go of things that are not serving us well, that are making us unhappy. And a lot of times this stuff is unconscious, but we're going to address all of these today in the honor of self-love. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm 72, and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my wonderful, wonderful subscribers, all my dear friends that watch my videos and comment. It just really means the world to me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss any of these 2024 videos with a different theme every single month. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Now, I've covered these topics before in separate videos, but I really wanted to just address them very quickly and give you a couple tips for each one of them. Like I said, a lot of times in the beginning of a year, we set our resolutions and I'm going to clean the house and I'm going to redo the backyard and I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to get organized, all of this. But are we carrying a lot of the baggage we don't need to carry anymore year after year on our back? Bad feelings about ourselves, anger, bitterness, and it's destroying, whether we know it or not, some of our relationships and how we feel every day. I'm not a psychiatrist or a mental professional. However, I want to share how I overcame some of these things, and in turn, hopefully might help somebody out there that might be struggling, or boy, sometimes we do all this subconsciously. We're not even aware that we're doing that. We're just in a bad mood, right? So I first want to talk about confidence. And there is no reason for anyone to go through life shy, unconfident, self-conscious. There really isn't any reason to do that. And I wanted to tell you just briefly. So I was very shy as a child and a teenager, painfully so. And then I've told you the story before how I went into outside sales, and you can't be shy or self-conscious in outside sales. You have to be very confident and assured. And I was really struggling with that. And I finally learned, and I watched some other reps, that they didn't focus on themselves. They focused on the other people. That is really powerful. I realized during high school, I wasn't caring about anybody else. I just cared about myself. The pimple, how did I look? How did I sound? Just so intensely examining every part of me that I thought people were going to make fun of or I should be self-conscious about. And you know what? Aside from people like children being mean and bullying and that kind of thing, most people don't care. They're more worried about themselves than they are about you. And I really started kind of overcoming that too. And I started wearing wigs, because that's something you think, oh my gosh, everybody knows I have a wig. They know it's a wig and they're staring at me. No, they don't. If they're staring at me, you know what they're saying? Oh, I love your hair. Where do you get it done? I can't tell you how many times, like, oh, it's a wig. I tell them the truth, you know. And I think as you get older too, you just don't care as much what people think about you. But again, you have to go to a party, you don't know anybody, or you're starting a new job and all of this, and you just don't feel confident. So again, what I recommend doing, you go to a party, you put on your best look you can look, and you go in with a smile, and you go to start talking to people. Ask them questions. Be interested in other people. When you take the focus away from yourself and put it on others, you're not self-conscious anymore, okay? So I have a friend that is the most beautiful girl you've ever seen without makeup. Beautiful long blonde hair, just gorgeous. And she's so shy at parties, and people think she's stuck up because she doesn't talk to anybody. It's because she's shy and she doesn't, know what to say. Well, focus on other people. Oh, I love that dress, or, oh, how do you know so-and-so at the party? Or if it's an industry party, oh, what company do you work for? What do you do? And how long ask about other people. The second part of confidence, I think, is knowledge. Like, we don't feel confident doing something when we don't know how to do something. Then just learn to do it. You can learn until you die. So there's no excuse for, I'm too old to learn that, or I don't know that. It's a matter of just learning. Learn what you need to learn. Is it a new craft? Is it a new job? Is it a new task you have to take on? Learn as much as you can, and your confidence will grow. All right, so that's enough, but don't suffer anymore with being, just so unconfident and shy. Focus on other people. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. And that will take care of that problem. Living a passionate life. Oh my gosh. I'd say I do that in spades. I have so many passions. I can't even tell you what all of them are. But I know so many people too. And I think it gets around to, we have our family, we have our friends, and we have things we have to do. We have our job. But I'm talking about that little piece of you. That little thing that's all about you, that you get lost in, that you yearn to do. Like if your whole family left for the day, what would you do? Would you paint? Would you cook? Would you garden? Would you craft? What is the thing that you love? What is your passion? Start with one. I think a lot of people have many passions, actually. And if you don't know how to do your passion, if you really love to paint, but you feel like you're at a standstill, learn, get some lessons, go to a museum, learn other type of painting, other methods, other styles. I mean, there's so much you can do to expand your passion. Playing the piano. Okay, I can learn to play the piano. I know I have the competency to do that, but do I have the desire? No, my desire is watching people play piano and people singing. That's another whole thing. Do I want to take the time to take piano lessons and singing? No, I really don't want to do that. So if you love something, but you feel like guilty because you're not pursuing it, maybe you just don't want to do it. Okay, so that's not one of your actual passions. I'm talking about something that's a part of you, something you get lost in. It's almost like therapy, I think. So I urge you, if you've never, ever felt the passion from being a kid or a teenager, what you want to do, and then you went into more sensible careers and things like that, what is it that you love to do? Make time for yourself to pursue your passion. It's that missing puzzle piece that makes you whole and happy and peaceful. And it inspires you, and you inspire others to find their passion. That's why I do my channel. These are all my passions I share with you every month, and I'm trying to inspire you to find your passions and do them, okay? The last thing I want to talk about is letting go. Let it go. Yeah, I can't sing either. I love that song. I think it's something a lot of us need to really pay attention to, because I have something to share with you, and I shared it in a video when I talked about my divorce from my first marriage. We carry around so much baggage. It's like carrying sacks of bricks on our shoulder because we won't let these things go. And what do? It could be sadness. It could be, now if you're grieving over a loss, that is really a whole different thing. I'm talking about, maybe a bad divorce, or a bad falling out with somebody, or an argument, or things like that. The first thing I would say in that is, if you have something that's just kind of really egging at your brain, like, oh, I'm not good with that. Every time you think about that person, I'm not good with that. Try to resolve it. Number one, try to resolve it. If you can, talk calmly, maybe have a third person there to get it resolved. If you can't resolve it, have the strength and courage to put it in its place and to kind of learn to live with it. And if it's a person, you decide whether you want them in your life or not. And if they are going to be in your life, You move forward, you don't revisit, and you're polite. Okay? Now, I want to talk about another category. Some of these things are really old, like my divorce, which was what? 50 some years ago? I mean, and still, when I start thinking about that, and what happens, we have what's called, I look at it like a loop. It's like a record, and the record's playing and it goes around and around and around. And it's the same old stuff all the time. He did this and he hurt me and blah, 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 and all that stuff. You need to just, I'm not really saying maybe you have to forgive. I don't know about that. I don't know what your situation is, but you can move on. I told you in my one video when I talked about divorce, about it was like a slap in the face when I realized he had moved on. He was with his new girlfriend, soon to be wife, and he was living his own life. Yet I was poisoning my life every day. How many times do we take stuff from the past, bitter, angry, hatred, all of that, or just horrible feelings, and we relive them in our present? What are we doing? We're allowing that situation or person to hurt us all over again 50 years later, and they don't even care. They're not even with us anymore. We're still letting ourselves hurt ourselves. When I realized I was doing it, I was letting all the anger and bitterness and all the burden that I had with all of that hurt me day after day after day. It's like poison or something toxic in your day-to-day living. It affects your job, your home, your family, your friends, because you can't let it go. You need to let it go. Make this the year of peace, inner peace, happiness, and moving forward in life, away from shyness and self-consciousness, away from a dull, boring life that's missing something, that spark when you need that passion, and away from all the things we're up here. We are poisoning our day-to-day life. We are what we think. Our day becomes what we think. It's so, so important. So I hope one of these scenarios hits a chord. If you're suffering, I don't want you to suffer. I want you to wake up joyful for your day, for what's coming up, for enjoying the present and looking forward to the future, and trying to make the past a distance memory. All right, you all. Here's to really loving yourself, your family, your friends, your pets, everybody in your life, but especially yourself this month, the month of love. Give yourself a break and let it go, okay? Anyway, I hope you love this. I hope you got so inspired. And I'm going to see you in the next video, and we're going to start on Easter. I cannot wait. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.